Usman Khawaja has been ruled out of the second Ashes test with injury, forcing Australian selectors to make a big change to the team. Nine's cricket reporter Sam Jordan joins us from Brisbane. Sam, Khawaja hasn't recovered after his troubles in Perth.
Which, given what we saw yesterday, James, has come as a huge shock. The veteran opener suffered back spasms in that first test, which did stop him from opening yesterday. He underwent what was a pretty rigorous fitness examination. It started with shuttle runs and then agility drills out on the field here at the Gabba before moving to the nets. And all the signs from it were that Khawaja would be fine to play. However, today the team did confirm that he has succumbed to that injury. Australian teammates arriving here at the Gabba a short time ago, and they were still in shock.
Yeah, it's hard because he would have obviously he's put in a lot of work since the last game to try and get his body right, but yeah, he hasn't come up, unfortunately. I think the best thing about our team over the last few years is when someone has come out either due to form or an injury or something like that, someone's always stood up and done their job.
Now, all of this has come after a week of intense speculation around Khawaja would be ousted in preference of Travis Head moving up the order like we saw him do in Perth. Now, the team says that they won't bring anyone else into the squad, so it does look like Head will open, leaving the decision to either Josh Inglis or Bo Webster to enter Australia's middle order. And while the Aussie selectors still have a bit to decide on, England has now named their team and they've moved away from their all-out pace attack that we did see in Perth. Instead, spinner Will Jacks has been called into the side, and although he is an off-spinner, he's also a very handy batter. England declaring that they have no fear here at the Gabba and are ready to go on the attack. It's long been labelled the Gabbatoir, and England hasn't won here in 39 years. But playing games out on the ground today, the visitors couldn't have looked more comfortable. Does this ground hold any fear for the group?
Oh, I wouldn't say fear, no. We know Australia have a good record here, but at the same time, I think we saw West Indies went and turned them over last time, so we kind of take that as a bit of a positive.
That test was the only day-night match Australia has lost in its 14 starts, a record built on its bowlers. After what England's batters produced in Perth, that could prove disastrous for the tourists.
There's a few lessons there I guess individuals will take from last week and put them into practice this week. I don't want to just let the bowler bowl at me, but it's just trying to play the percentage as much as I can.
The two-day defeat saw English press turn on its team. The latest outrage overnight. Paparazzi photos catching Captain Ben Stokes on an e-scooter without a helmet.
Oh yeah, just put a helmet on next time I guess. Rules are rules, I guess.
Ollie Pope admitting the spotlight of this Ashes burns brighter than anything he's experienced before.
The days after the test, you're kind of very aware of it. Kind of everywhere you went, where the guys were trying to unwind. If they want to catch us doing that, then so be it. But yeah, it is important to have that balance on a long tour like this.
In Brisbane, Sam Jordan, 9 News.
The Perth Bears have announced their first signings ahead of their entry into the NRL in 2027. Former Bulldog Toby Sexton will be the club's inaugural halfback. He'll return to Australia after playing for Catalan in the Super League next year. The Bears have also signed centre Harry Newman from the Leeds Rhinos. He played for England against the Kangaroos in the Ashes. Rory McIlroy mania is building. The golfing superstar mobbed by fans as he prepares for this week's Australian Open. With the world number 2 in the field, the Aussie stars are taking a back seat, but they say having McIlroy in the country is great for the game.
Not since Tiger Woods has a golfer brought this kind of star power to Australian shores. In the year Rory McIlroy finally mastered Augusta, he arrives at the top of his game and popularity.
He's a great ambassador for the game of golf. He's a great player. He's going to bring a lot of fans out here. A lot of kids are going to come and watch him and are going to want to be like him.
Hopefully this is a sign of things to come for the Aussie Open and, living up to the history that it already has.
Adam Scott's memory of McIlroy's last visit down under isn't so fond. He lost to the Northern Irishman by a shot at the 2013 Australian Open at Royal Sydney.
And you are the champion.
I put myself in a spot that was a little tricky to get up and down, and all of a sudden the momentum was with Rory on the green and he held the putt and won.
12 years on, Scott's desire hasn't dwindled as the Open returns to Royal Melbourne for the first time since 1991 when he was just a young fan.
This is a chance for me to step back and remember how it felt as that little kid watching these great players play the national championship on one of the greatest courses in the world.
For Cam Smith, it's a chance to end a disappointing year on a high, still down in the dumps after missing the cut at the Australian PGA last week.
It's super frustrating. I can't describe the feeling. It feels defeating, to be honest.
Chris Hodgkinson, 9 News.
Brock Feeney has dominated the Supercars Awards night, winning 4 trophies, including Driver of the Year and the fan-voted Barry Sheen Medal. But the Triple Eight star still left feeling hollow after missing out on the Drivers' Championship to Chaz Mostert on Sunday.
I'm so proud to be part of this team. It's just what makes it hurt so much. I mean, you can put a year in like that and have one slip up at the end of the year and lose it. But, yeah, I mean, of course the fuel's bigger for next year.
The 2026 Supercars season begins at Eastern Creek in February. And the Boomers are a step closer to qualifying for the 2027 Basketball World Cup thanks to a buzzer-beating win over New Zealand. Australia trailed the Tall Blacks 77-76 with 2 seconds to play when Will Hickey sank a three-pointer to steal the win. Teammates mobbing the Illawarra Hawks guard. The Boomers now still undefeated after 2 games in qualifying and face Guam in their next match.